just stare straight into that the whole time?
Well, no, kind of. So you're going to start looking at that camera.
All right.
Right?
All right.
And then you're just going to talk to me or in a normal conversation.
All right, that's kind of crazy.
How's it crazy, though?
I know, there's like cameras there.
Well, yeah, but we're just going to ignore it.
All right,
They're not there. The other person in the back filming isn't there either.
Whatever.
It's just going to be
Whatever you say, man.
All right, cool. Start off now.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
3, 2,
Okay.
1. Hello and welcome back to the UConn Tonight Show. I'm your host, Tony Tyson, and my guest today is Jimmy, president of the UConn Prankster Club. Jimmy, thanks for coming on, man.
Psych!
Okay, all right. That's
a
a decision.
Yeah,
so,
it's like a little prank. It's like not a big one, but like it's just like a little one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy you're doing a little one.
I do that a lot.
Are you going to keep doing that throughout this?
Maybe.
Who
knows?
That's how this is going.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Tony, it's April Fool's Day, though.
True, but
it's like a big day. I don't know if you know, this is a big day in the prank community.
And there's a whole community for pranking now.
Oh yeah, we got it's a whole interconnected network.
Wow.
At different schools. One of these years we're gonna coordinate, but right now we're just like kind of doing our own little pranks on April Fool's Day.
Okay. Do you have any massive pranks lined up?
Oh, do I? When does this air? Because like I don't want to ruin it.
Oof. This could air tomorrow, actually.
All right, well then it's going to be done by then. So we went into Susan Herbst's office and filled it with balloons that were filled with pudding.
Well, Susan did come on the show. I don't think she'd appreciate you now doing this.
Well, we already did.
I feel like I should probably give her a heads up.
Well, that'd be like pretty. I came on the show in confidence, Tony.
I don't remember saying anything about this being in confidence.
Tony, this is like a really big day for me.
Okay, you know what? As a favor to you, Jimmy, I won't say anything.
All right. I just want to see Susan Herbst covered in pudding so we can put it in the prank newsletter.
You have a newsletter?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
They said it was going to everyone in the school. They said it would be... We talked to the Daily Campus, and they said they'd be circulating it.
Well, Daily Campus kind of took it in a different direction today. They kind of went with their typical...
Did they do that again?
The same thing they do every year.
I thought we had a deal. We told them...
They don't keep up their end of the bargain. What can I say?
We said we would give them publicity on our Facebook page, and in return, they would put a picture of my butt on the Daily Campus, and that would be it.
Wow.
Which would be a fucking great prank. Am I allowed to swear on the show?
I mean, usually I discourage it, but
right.
Your prankster, so I'll let it slide this time.
Freaking sweet prank. No, you're just like, oh, wait. Oh, I wonder what's in the news today. My ass is in the news.
Wake up. Wake up. Get some breakfast.
Nice cup of ass. Pranked.
Wow. Is that what you do at the end of every prank?
Yeah.
You just
I prank someone. Yeah. Like, hey, Tony, look over there. Pranked. There was nothing over there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You're such a nerd, Tony.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Fucking idiot.
Whew. All right.
Yeah, I'm just like on a roll. Like, normally I prank people like 3 or 4 times a day. I'm doing like 6 or 7, maybe even 8.
Why?
I don't even know.
Well, you know what?
No.
It is April Fool's Day. That's
It is.
I don't blame you in that regard, then.
Yo, do you need any prank ideas?
I would actually love some, because our production assistant, Hunter, actually pranked me really good earlier today.
What do you do?
So he told me he got fired from his job, and being a concerned friend that I am, I got up, I was going to give him a hug and everything, but like talk him out of it, and then he goes, it's actually a prank, April Fool's Day.
Oh, did he yell pranked?
He doesn't have a catchphrase like you, surprisingly, Jimmy. No catchphrase, nothing.
No, that's no artistry in that. All right, so here's what you need to do. He's
not a very creative person.
You need to go in his room. Most pranks involve being in someone's room and they don't want you to.
True.
All right, wait till he goes to sleep. All right, hit him over the head with something.
Ooh.
Make sure he's unconscious. Bring him to Horse Barn Hill. Wake him up. And then... No, don't wake him up.
Don't wake him up.
Put him in the woods.
Does it matter which woods?
The deepest woods you can find.
There we go.
And then leave him there.
I feel...
Pranked!
Okay! So I feel like I'm probably breaking a couple laws there, but if I say pranked, I'm in the clear then?
Yeah, no, that's a legal statute.
It's a legal... Wow.
It's the 7th Amendment.
The 7th Amendment?
Yeah, it was before... They did that before freeing the slaves. They added that.
Well,
our country has a dark past, Tony.
It does.
It is one rich with pranking.
A lot of twists and turns, and you know what? That might actually be our 7th Amendment. That might have been, the pranking statute.
Yeah, well, it's part of one of the other ones. It's part of... It's a subclause.
Ah, gotcha.
Also, if you can do any crime you want, if you say pranked afterwards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Last year I murdered someone.
Who did you murder?
Your mom! Pranked! No, I didn't. Because I feel like you would have known, right? Your mom's alive, right? Oh, fuck.
So, as president of the pranking club, what do you do, Jimmy?
We organize. I didn't do. We organize pranks.
Okay.
Like, we talk about pranks that we like.
Yeah.
I've really had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry. But if I had, I would not be legally accountable.
Of course, you said pranked.
I did.
So thanks for coming on the show, Jimmy.
No problem.
It was a pleasure to have you.
Good luck with your grieving. Maybe like a fun prank.
Jimmy?
Yeah. Okay.
We'll be back with more UConn Tonight Show.
All right. Was that a good interview? Did I do a good job? All right. Okay.
Talk to you later.
All right. Well, all right. See ya. We should get breakfast sometime. Oh God.
Quiet!
Oh God! You got me! Oh.
Hello and welcome back to the UConn Tonight Show. I'm your co-host, Brian Higgins, and this is our guest, Kennedy McDuffy. Kennedy,
hi.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you are from the Black Students Association, right?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you guys are and what you guys do?
Yeah. So I'm the vice president this year of BSA.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So BSA is just kind of like any other cultural club here. Our main objective really is just to meet weekly and kind of have a place for people to come together. So obviously it being Black Student Association, it's mostly Black students, but we definitely do have other people that drop in. And a lot of times we try to talk about social issues, but then also issues that are really reflective of our age group and specifically college.
Cool.
So not just necessarily issues of a Black kid, but issues that would pertain to a college
So,
kid.
like a Black student?
Yeah.
Ah.
Or just a student in general.
Okay,
So some of it is super generalized. So that's the main objective here on campus. And then we also do a series of off-campus events, and we try to just collaborate and touch as many places as we can off campus.
Cool. Now, what kind of events do you guys usually put on?
So BSA is mostly known for parties. So we actually have
That's not a bad thing to be known for.
We actually have huge parties off campus all around Connecticut. As far as I think we've had one. I'm not from Connecticut, so don't hold me to it. But I know we've had one in Vernon.
That is a place.
That's a place, yeah.
Yes.
We go to Hartford sometimes.
Also a place.
That's also not just exclusive to UConn students. So
Oh,
just
awesome.
bringing other schools together and just one
It's all
big
about
party.
hanging out, having a good time. Now, tell me about how you got involved and your journey, if you will.
Yeah. So I am, like I said, I'm not from Connecticut, so I'm from originally
from?
West Coast.
West Coast?
So
Oh, where?
I was born and raised in Los Angeles, and then I went to high school in Vegas.
Oh, you're so much cooler than me.
Yeah.
You're just such a more interesting person.
Connecticut and UConn was something completely new for me.
Oh, awesome.
And I actually got involved in BSA through the Cultural Center, which is the African American Cultural Center.
Cool.
And I had a friend that was in my biology class.
Yeah.
And so we were struggling together in Bio 1107. And she was on the executive board. And she's like, hey, you should come to this thing on Tuesdays. It's pretty cool. And that's about all the information I got. And then I went to this thing on Tuesdays. And
it was cool?
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Oh, nice. So now I understand you guys have an event coming up.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about it?
Definitely. So our biggest event of the year, although we have these parties and we try and volunteer, is we have an annual fashion show. And so BSA has been putting it on for a pretty long time. Like, I want to say close to 10 years.
Awesome.
So it's like super professional. We have designers from around Connecticut and even Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
Come and, like showcase their clothes. We have like some performers, and it's right here in the student union, so it's pretty awesome.
Oh, cool. Now, who are the models for this?
So models are UConn students.
Oh, cool.
And so we've had students from all across campus come out, students that knew nothing about BSA, just had friends that were in it, students like anywhere seniors to freshmen, and they just try out, and for the most part we take just about anyone.
Just about anyone,
Yeah.
you say. I don't think I'm going to be here, but I would look fabulous in like a short skirt.
Yeah.
Now, are any of the clothes designed by UConn students, or are they all...
No, so unfortunately we haven't like necessarily gotten in contact with
Yeah.
anyone that's a current student, but from last year, a student named Julian went here, he graduated, so he has a line called Elsewhere, and he's actually in our show this year.
Oh, cool.
It's really awesome because he's branched out and he's doing really cool things with his line, like on his own, and so for him to be an alum and come back and showcase it is super cool. And then for one of the parts, actually, I took on the, kind of strain of distressing all the models' jeans. So this year for one of the jeans, they're all going to have like custom distress, like ripped up bleached jeans.
Oh, so you're the jeans ripper.
Yeah, I took on the role of jeans ripper. And,
All right. Now, what's take me behind the art of jeans ripping.
So first thing you need is an X-Acto knife.
Okay.
Or anything that has like a blade.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, like a removable blade.
Okay.
Then you lay the jeans out. And then you have to picture how far you want to go.
Okay.
How far do you want this? Because, you can have one leg that's essentially completely exposed.
Yeah.
So you have to lay it out in vision.
Okay.
And then you just go crazy.
Okay, you just go crazy?
Then you just go
Now,
nuts.
was someone instructing you on what to do, or do you have complete creative control on this?
I have complete creative control. I actually asked one of the models, his name's Brad. I asked him to help me because he loves distressing jeans as well, and he does his own.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So then I have some that I've done, and so we kind of just came together, and we've been having fun with it.
Nice.
Going crazy.
That sounds like what you guys are all about. It's just
Yeah.
getting together, hanging out, having a good time. Now, this is this Friday, or
Yeah.
it's
April 8th, so this Friday, April 8th, from 6:30 to 8 in the Student Union.
in the theater or
The Student Union Ballroom.
Ballroom. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
and
nice,
so
nice
for
place.
UConn students, it's $8.
Okay.
Unfortunately, not a free event, but $8 for UConn students. To get tickets,
Yeah.
you can go to @UConn BSA on Instagram. No spaces, @UConn BSA.
BSA.
And in the bio, there's a link through
Oh.
Eventbrite, and you can just do it all online.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like a great event. Thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
It
Thanks
was
for
great having you.
me.
And we'll be back with more UConn Tonight Show.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You look bored. You look like you need a homework break. Do you know what's going on at UConn? Do you want to be entertained? Then go to the UCTV channel 14 at youtube.com. youtube.com/the UCTV channel 14. You're welcome.
Hello and welcome back to the UConn Tonight Show. I'm your host, Tony Tyson.
I'm your co-host, Brian Higgins.
And our guest today is UCTV's own finance manager, Laura Snyder. Laura, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Welcome to the
Thank you
show.
so much. It's
So
great
you're
to be here.
a finance manager.
I am.
What does that actually entail?
So, as a finance manager, essentially what I do is manage the $200,000 UCTV budget.
Okay.
And that budget comes from fees from each fee-paying student at the university. So, whether students know it or not, $5 of their tuition actually goes to our organization each semester, resulting in, give or take with surplus, about $250,000 every year.
Nice.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Where's mine?
So basically, you're in charge of making sure that Brian gets paid for his services, right?
Yes, all of
No,
our
I
money goes towards
don't.
Brian.
Oh yeah, no. I have a base salary of $200.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of
All
course.
these cameras are made of their iPhones. Because that's where all of our money goes.
Obviously. So Laura, you mentioned that you're in charge of managing all of our finances. What outside of like the salaries of people who get paid here at UCTV?
Sure.
What does that include?
So UCTV has a chart of expenses, which is just budget allocations. So, for example, we have an equipment budget. Another big expense for UCTV is our refreshments budget. So when UCTV has events on campus, or events for constituents, or events within the organization, marketing, or anyone, sometimes HR, they'll be in charge of actually spending that money and making sure that we're giving back to everyone on campus. Aside from that, our equipment budget, we have about $22,000 for capital and $22,000 for non-capital equipment. That budget is not optimized every year. So that's when surplus comes into play. When UCTV doesn't have as many equipment needs, that money's sort of put on the back burner. And then when we have sort of emergency expenses every couple years or so, we're able to pull from that fund. Additionally, UCTV has a travel budget, which contributes to UCTV's conference opportunities and sports travel for game coverage. So.
Oh, cool.
That'd be good. So we travel to like the conferences that we go to, like CMA, CMI, and whatnot. Now, how did you actually get involved in UCTV? How did you rise up the ranks to our finance manager?
Quick. It was really quick.
Like Game of Thrones style.
Exactly.
How many people did you kill?
Probably at least 40.
Okay.
R.I.P. Alfred. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Alfred. You're missed.
Shout out.
My freshman year, I was at the involvement fair, and at the time, I was a finance major and a journalism major as well. So in my head, I wanted to do financial reporting. So I saw finance, and I was like, oh, this is a broadcast organization. I just want to do that. I want to be able to report and be like official and talk about stocks. And so I meet with the finance manager at the time, and he just dumps like a pile of paperwork in front of me, and he's like, yeah, fill this out. So I ended up just sticking with it, and my sophomore year I was promoted to the finance assistant, and then I ended up studying abroad for a semester, but when I came back my junior year, I had the privilege of being able to be finance manager, and now this is my second year, and
nice.
Finally getting a hang of how to actually do it right.
With 1 month to go.
With 1 month left.
Perfect. Just in time.
Exactly.
This is great that this is your first time, if I understand right, this is your first time being on camera while being in UCTV for your 4 years now.
4 years behind the computer screen. I'm finally allowed to come out.
Yes. How does it feel?
Liberating, honestly.
Liberating?
Anything you want to tell the general public now? Just let it all out there.
You don't know how they treat me back there.
And cut!
She's fine.
It's okay here. It's okay.
What did we say?
We had a pre-interview, Laura. So you're 4 years now. What made you decide to finally come out in front of the camera?
Well, I had a minor anxiety attack over graduating.
Oh, okay.
And I just sort of got this
Only
rush.
minor.
Major.
Sorry.
I had sort of this, rush of enthusiasm where in my last month I need to fit in everything that I didn't do over the past 4 years. So, that includes going out a lot and also being here. So, Thank you.
Just getting drunk and being on TV.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not at the same time.
Not at... Oh, God. Okay.
I do it every week.
That's why he does such a good job with the monologues.
Yeah.
It's all right. So for spring weekend, we have events coming up. We have events coming up, such as the UConn Lip Sync Battle. Are you in charge of like financing that event as well?
Sure. So for depending on who wins that, sometimes we're in charge of like different awards, giving out first, second place. If there's anything to do with giving away food or promotional items for marketing, I sort of oversee and work with those directors in order to sort of allow that to happen.
Okay.
And that can be charged, directly through the organization, or sometimes that involves us loaning money out from the university and then paying it back through the KFS bill. So it's just really being able to figure out what the needs are, what sort of mediums we're going to go through to get that done, and then actually be able to coordinate with the directors or the people who need that to be done to sort of actually make it happen.
Okay. Now with you here, you're a student here through UCTV, managing our finances.
Yeah, I am. Every day.
Every
damn day.
Every day.
Every day.
Oh my God.
Every day.
Well, from a lot of people's understanding, it might be that since you're another student in UCTV, that you might just give us free reign to spend our money however I want. If I want to throw a pizza party for my members, I will not be doing that, by the way. If I wanted to throw a pizza party for my members or whatever, I could just do that. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Yes.
No, actually. actually. That is not true. So one of the things also that I'm in charge of is making sure that our transactional activity at the organization sort of complies with what the Student Activities Business Office has in terms of regulation. So an example of that would be, say, Tony, you did want to throw a pizza party for your department. Well, you have a limit in terms of your budget. Okay, you should know it's $500 for the whole entire year, that being said. So then my sort of responsibility would be maybe giving the finance manager in Sabo a heads up, letting her know what's going on, talking with you about the expense that you were interested in making happen, and then the whole entire board at the board meetings would have to vote on that and make sure that that in some way can benefit the members of the organization and the constituents at the university.
Okay. Now you're graduating. We're in the middle of looking for a new finance manager.
No one can replace me, honestly.
Obviously.
We're actually going to abolish the position.
Yeah.
Is there that irreplaceable?
Yeah. No one can do it as good as I can, so why even have someone do it?
That's what Brian and I have been thinking about the Tonight Show. We might just end it after this. Just done. No. We're gonna put out a statement. You cannot have another Tonight Show after
blow
this.
up the studio.
No, I'm actually still going to be finance manager. Just like after I graduate.
There you go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Still collect the paychecks. Don't
Yeah,
go to class.
We're going to break in here every week and film this show.
But how are you feeling about having to pick a new finance manager and having that moment where you have to graduate and whatnot? How are you feeling? How is that going?
I think it's sort of, two sides of the coin kind of thing. I'm excited for my future endeavors, and I'm excited to see someone else take the opportunity. One thing that I've definitely been focusing on in sort of the interview and hiring process is figuring out, okay, I've been doing this for 2 years. What are the things that I feel like I'm good at? So for me personally, that's more strategy, whereas maybe sort of being more regimented and sort of more of like the very organized spreadsheets, which is what I do on a day-to-day basis, don't get me wrong, but it's not sort of my innate talent. So finding someone who can sort of offset those weaknesses of mine and, sort of learn from my strengths and have that help them moving forward. On the other side, I've been here for 2 years, so it is sad moving on, and, interviewing with people is definitely sort of, it's a weird reality to, I remember my interview my junior year for a finance manager position, so I was Skyped in, but still, I remember it. I do remember it. So it's just weird how quickly time moves, but I think, just as I'm moving on to another opportunity, someone coming in is moving on to this opportunity, which will help them and the organization, so I think it's all going to be good.
You're going to kill it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
All right. And that's it for the UConn Tonight Show.